Brenner Mills, Minnesota Vikings. Just want to win one before I die.
Dalton Zongrecker, Dallas Cowboys. Just trying to earn a little respect.
Lane Cooner, the conductor of the Baker train.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is draft week and we are hyped. This is the final 2025 NFL mock draft. The NFL draft is tonight. We will be seeing exactly what will happen tonight. But if you want a little sneak peek on what's actually going to happen, watch the rest of this video because we know what's going to happen.
This is going to be the draft. Like exactly this video, you can follow it along with the draft and it'll play perfectly.
It'll match one for one, guaranteed. I will give you all the money you paid for this video back if it doesn't work. Okay? Every penny that you paid to watch this video, to me, I will give you back as the viewer. So, I mean, that's how confident. That's just how confident I am. I'm just that confident that you, as the viewer, will get, just as dialed as can be off this video. How you boys doing? You guys ready?
I'm doing great.
You guys ready for this draft?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the rules are trades are allowed, but we all three have to agree on the trade unanimously. There can be no ifs, ands, or buts. There can be no questions. We all have to agree. And the pick we make will be voted on, and 2 out of 3 wins. Everybody agree?
Yep.
All right.
I'm fine with it.
I'm gonna add the mock draft to the stage. Put us up on stage. I was fiddling around with stuff here. We're just gonna start the draft. All right, boys. Cam Ward, first overall. We good with that?
Yeah, Kansas City trades up with Titans. No, I'm just kidding.
Take Cam Ward, first overall.
Yeah, I think this is just the easiest pick there is.
No brainer.
Yeah. I think this is the one that I think we will 100% get this right, or this pick right.
So the only thing, sorry, my nose is itchy. The only thing that could happen here, and I've heard this through rumblings. I've heard nothing official, but I would not be doing my job as a good NFL fan if I did not mention this. So I have heard through the grapevine of a grapevine of another grapevine that there is potential for Brock Purdy to obviously get a new deal from the 49ers. And that there is potential that Brock Purdy, who wants to live in Tennessee reportedly, would be open to a trade in which, if the Niners wanted to throw Purdy and some picks at the Titans, who's to say they don't forego the number 1 overall and stack, an extra.
Okay, but would you though?
But hold on. I'm just saying, I don't
That's
think
wild.
this is going to happen.
I don't
think this is going to happen.
That's wild.
I could see a world in which the Niners throw this year's first, next year's first, this year's second, next year's third, and Purdy at the Titans for the number 1 overall pick. Not saying it happens. I'm saying there's a world in which it exists. But I think they go Cam Ward. I think it's the no-brainer pick. The Browns are on the clock. I think they go Travis Hunter. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's rumors about them getting a quarterback, but I don't think they're going to take one with the number 2 pick here. No. I think it's too much of a reach. I think they definitely either go Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. With what you've been saying, it sounds like Abdul Carter is kind of falling down the draft board for a lot of people.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Not
he's falling down my draft board.
Yeah, I don't think he's falling down
my
a
draft
lot
board
of people
specifically. But I think that Travis Hunter and him are kind of the. I mean, you see here 2.7, 3.6.
They're the 2 favorites, yeah.
Yeah, they're the 2 favorites for the 2 and the 3. Dalt, do you have a feeling either way?
I don't know, man. I feel like in the beginning, a lot of people, as well as myself, were saying Abdul Carter, dual threat.
Same.
But I have a feeling that Travis Hunter is going to be the pick that the Browns get.
So we're going Travis Hunter? We're all three going Travis Hunter?
All 3.
All right, Travis Hunter to the Browns. All right, then here's where things get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a lot of smoke that I think is either being generated by New York or by the Patriots, that the Jaguars could take Ashton Jeanty, who the Raiders, I think we all expect to take Jeanty. Do we think the Raiders buy into the smoke and try to hop the Jags and trade up with either the Giants or the Patriots? We all have to agree. I think it's possible. What do you guys think?
No, I feel like the Giants are a little bit more desperate and really want that pick. And if they trade back with the Raiders, they might lose who they're looking for to the Patriots.
So I think the Giants would be okay with Carter, Graham, or Campbell, and I think one of those three will be there at 6.
Yeah, that's plausible.
Because Jeanty will go at 3 if the Raiders jump up, and I think they would be okay with any of those 3. So because of that, do they try to trade back and then acquire an extra third, an extra second? Do we want to look at it even?
I think whenever you're looking at who's available, I think they want Abdul Carter here.
So you're saying you don't see a world in which, let's just see here.
I mean, you can look at it and see.
I agree with Spoon.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Yeah, wow. We're not even getting any trade interest there if we offer multiple. So we're X-naying a trade here, and we're saying what for the pick? What do you think, Spoon?
I think Abdul Carter.
Dalt? All right, I will agree. I would like to make it known that I think Abdul Carter, unless he changes a lot of things very quickly, will be a bust. He is one of the best pass rusher prospects I have ever seen in his bend and ability to get around tackles. He is one of the worst high-end prospects I have seen at doing anything else, like pass rushing wise. He doesn't have a great spin move. He doesn't have any power ability. If there were tackles from, not D3 schools, but no-name schools that if they got their hands on him, they were throwing him into the dirt. Like he was just, if he didn't win with his bend, he was getting thrown down in the dirt immediately, and he was losing to very low-end competition. So because of that, I worry that at the NFL level, where guys are twice his size and just as fast, he's going to have a really hard time winning in the pass rush, and he's not a great run defender. I have a lot of issues with Abdul Carter, but I could definitely see the Giants taking him. So for that reason, we will send him to the New York Giants. The Patriots are on the clock. I think they go Will Campbell.
Yep.
Dalt? You're muted, Dalt.
You guys literally said that at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I'd have to agree. I was literally thinking, offensive line. They want to protect Drake May. So
are we buying the smoke that the Jags are thinking Jeanty, or are they going to go ahead and take Mason?
They're going to take Mason Graham. I think that's
That's crazy that Walter Nolan has jumped this high up on PFF's draft board. That is crazy to me. Mason Graham is the best D tackle in this draft. Just look at these grades. Against top tier competition, right? He's playing against Oregon, who's been in the college football playoff the past 2 years, Ohio State, Washington last year, and he's got 90 grades in both year. And I mean, don't get me wrong, these aren't everything, but Walter Nolan goes from a 72 to an 88 this year against Middle Tennessee, Wake Forest, Georgia Southern. I mean, LSU, OU, Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, all great schools. But I mean, these are not super impressive schools, and he's posting a 73 grade against Wake Forest. Like, this is not... He has some ways to go before he's Mason Graham's level, and this is crazy to me. But I do agree. We all agree on Mason Graham?
Yeah.
Right,
yes, sir.
All right. Jeanty?
Yeah.
Spoon, you disagree?
Yeah. No? I mean...
Okay.
I think that's pretty... I feel like the top six picks, we didn't really have to talk about them that much at all.
I really feel like these are pretty easy picks. I feel like this will be the top 6. It just depends on what the order is.
Yeah. But now
the Jets.
Things are about to start getting a little...
Do we want to look at trades at all here? Do we want to look at trades?
There's 5 trade potentials. I mean, you can take a look at them just to see.
All right. We have the Saints, the Cowboys, the Falcons, the Hawks, and the Broncos.
Okay.
I see a world on which the Jets really like a trade offer from one of these three. I don't think they want to just drop back to 12. I think they want to try to drop back to the late teens if possible, because I
Okay.
think they have a specific draft target in mind of dropping back. I think the Jets are one of the top 2 teams to trade back this year.
I think the Seahawks.
So the thing
or
is,
the
is what,
Falcons.
who is sitting there right now that is available that you showed the Seahawks?
Hawks-
it was the Seahawks, the Falcons, and
Armand. I think that's who the Hawks would be targeting here.
Or Tet.
I mean that'd be a good trade. But don't the
No,
Jets?
they will
tackle?
take linemen. They will take a lineman. They will not take anything but a lineman in the first round. The Hawks. So I meant by that. They need line help bad.
So man.
I think Membu.
Would the Jets be willing to fall back that far? Like, what's stopping the Jets from just taking Membu?
Well, I think the Jets have a specific player that they're eyeing in the first round that they would like on their team, and if they can drop back and acquire that man, then I think they would be very, very, very happy.
So who do you think they're trying to acquire?
Do you want me to tell you now, or do you want me to keep it a secret for later?
It's probably a quarterback, I would assume, because I don't think
It's a wide receiver.
Okay.
Oop, didn't mean to do that.
You think they're going for like Matthew Golden or something?
No. Emeka Ibuka.
Really?
I think the Jets are in love with him. I think there is a very, very high chance they trade back, acquire more picks, and land this guy. I think they are in love with him. They have shown this offseason very heavy Ohio State bias. For Justin Fields. Justin Fields said this is his favorite wide receiver in the class this year. I think the Jets are going to go full Jets and make a huge mistake, trade back, and then take Ibuka.
Yeah, because right now they don't have, like, from what I'm seeing, go back to wide receivers.
Yep.
From what I've been seeing from wide receivers, the most I see McMillan's going to go in the first round. Golden is projected to go in the first round, but Burden and
Ibuka.
Emeka
Ibuka. Okay, they're like borderline.
They're borderline. They don't like people are saying both of them are not going to go in the first round. There's a possibility one of them goes, and then it's probably unlikely that neither one of them go. So I don't know. I
think this is a Jalen Reagor situation for Ibuka.
Yeah.
I think he goes way too early because I think the Jets go out of their way. So
when you think about it too, there's just so much good talent up there that's not wide receiver that they'll all be going before these wide receivers go.
So let me ask you this. So do you guys think the Hawks would be willing? I would think it would have to be that. I think it'd have to be their first this year and a second this year, a second next year, and a fourth. Or we could do like a sixth.
Hold on, I need to see this. Who just for the seventh, just to move up 11 spots
in the first round? I think they're going to have some. I mean, look at it. Look at this. I mean, the farther down that's a 50-50. I don't think any team does a 50-50 pick. I think it's got to be a 80, 85, 90% chance for this to in real life to happen. And maybe they kick back that. They kick back a late round pick. You guys think
that's a lot of picks the Seahawks are about to be giving up. They better not miss. That's all I know.
Well, I think you're not going to get
Seahawks like enough.
I think
he already
Armand
showed
Membo.
Yeah, Membo.
Oh, yeah.
Which is perfect. It makes sense because it's like you just signed Sam Darnold, get him a little bit of help, get the
about Rashawn Slater and the Chargers a few years ago.
Get the number 2 offensive lineman that's in this draft. Take him, put him on your team. Because honestly, where do they pick? They pick at 20, right? Or no, they pick at 18. Yeah. You're not gonna get a top 4 offensive linemen there. You're probably not even going to get a top 5 offensive lineman.
You're going to get the best. You're going to get maybe the best guard, and this is not a great guard class.
It's not. It's a really good tackle class.
I think this is a fair trade. We can kick back a late round pick to the Hawks that already have a bunch of late round picks anyways to move around more on their day 3. You guys good with this? 95% chance to be accepted.
If you take out the 4th for 2026, or take out the 2nd.
Well, that's gonna make it.
I know. I'm just saying, take out the 2nd.
I don't think they get up for 1 second. It's got to be at least 2 picks next. It's gonna have to be 3 picks to move 10 spots in the first round into the top 10.
Yeah, but they're still giving away their first for this year. Like they're still giving up their 18th overall pick. I think they probably give them like 2/3 in order to move up. Like I could see that. I just think
A
like
second and a third. A second and a third and a kickback.
I mean, it says it'll be accepted. I just don't think they.
You want to offer?
Just try it, and if they decline it,
It was accepted.
yeah.
It was accepted. All right. So now Hawks are going Membo.
Yep. Oh wait, did we all agreed on that, right?
That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Dalt. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, we all have to
Panthers are on
agree
the
on
clock. What do we think here for the Panthers?
This is a tough one. The Panthers, I have no idea where they're going to go.
I think they might go Mike Green here if the board falls this way.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of hype on Walter Nolan coming up.
Yeah.
Man, this is just a very, very tough one.
I'm looking up a draft board for me real quick just to pull it up, just to have it. It'd probably be smart to have it.
I mean, they could go Mason Graham. No, they can't go Mason Graham. Mason Graham's already picked. My bad. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was literally about to correct you there. I mean, they could go Jalen Walker here. He's more of a linebacker. They could go Jalen Walker, 6'2", 245. Devin White style linebacker, some pass rush ability, sideline to sideline guy. He's a top 10 talent for sure. I don't know if they want to go linebacker that early though necessarily.
No,
I like Mike Green here. I really like Mike Green here. You guys good with it?
What about Will Johnson?
I think it's they could. They
Or
definitely could.
Or they could go Barron, honestly.
I think that Johnson and Barron are both lesser prospects than Green, and I think it'd either be
high
Tet.
on Mike Green.
It would either be Tet or McMillan, I think, right here, because they just signed Horn to that huge deal at corner and brought back their other corner from last year.
So you think it would be if they don't go edge here, they go wide receiver here?
Yeah, they just locked up both their corners. They'd be drafting their cornerback 3. They could go Starks technically. They have a safety need, but I think it's early for a safety. I think it'd be Tet or Mike Green. Because I don't.
I don't think there's that many people that are high on Tet. I don't think he goes in the top 10. I really don't.
So you think? What do you think then?
I mean, I feel like they go corner, but I'm probably mistaken.
But they have 2 starting corners and they just paid both of them.
I agree with Brian. I think it's either Tet or Mike Green. I don't think Tet is that much of a reach. I don't think that's much of a reach.
Yeah, I don't think Tet's a reach.
Especially at 8.
What do you think? What do you think, Spoon? Where do you think they go? They're not going corner. I will not agree with they go corner at all. So we will be at an impasse if you go there.
I mean, you can send him Mike Green. I just think it's too early for Mike Green, just a little bit. I think Mike Green goes in the middle of the first round. I don't think he goes in the top 8.
That's fair. That's a fair comment. Dalt.
Like I almost want to say just give them the linebacker out of Georgia.
You never know, man.
Or isn't it? It is Georgia.
Yeah,
right?
I'm thinking they're
Jalen
pretty
Walker?
solid on quarterback, right? You'd think that, but I mean, I don't know. My first need for them is wide receiver.
You think they need a wide? I mean, if they go wide receiver, I'm fine with sending. I'm fine with sending Matthew Golden. I think people are not that high on Tet.
I don't think Matthew Golden will go top 10 either. I don't think
he'll go top 10.
I think Tet will go before
This is
Golden.
a tough pick.
This is tough. This is very tough. This is very, very tough here. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to pull that over here. I'm going to go Jalen Walker. My final answer is Jalen Walker.
The
The Georgia linebacker.
the Georgia linebacker. I mean, I'm fine with sending Jalen Walker. I'm fine with that.
Dog,
I
you
just
fine with
I
that?
don't.
That's a reach, man.
Nah, dude, he's a top 10 talent all day. They just don't have a huge need at linebacker. But they could certainly upgrade at the position. But he's a top 10 player, in my opinion. He's like a Hassan Reddick style.
I'm
I'm just
like-
confused. I'm just confused as to how we have like Tet graded at 4, and y'all are saying he's a reach here, but this guy's graded at.
Well, but this is Pro
25.
Football Focus's board. This is Pro Football Focus.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Okay.
not.
I don't
it's not up here
agree
at
with all their rankings. I think Jalen Walker is a top 10 player.
Jalen Walker should be like right there with Mike Green, maybe a little
I think
higher
he should
than
be
Mike
over Malachi
Green.
Starks.
Yeah, he should definitely be over Malachi Starks. I think he
I
should
don't
be
think
over
Walter Nolan should be anywhere near the top 10
No.
players in this draft. He's a top 25 player for sure. Top 15 maybe. Top 5, 10 now. Dalt, do you have any...
I already told you how I'm feeling. It's 2 out of 3 for the pick, so I don't think you guys are going to get an agreement from me. I'm
right.
really stuck
I'm
on.
saying
Tet.
Jalen
I just
Walker. Spoon,
from what just
Spoon,
from,
can we agree on Walker?
that's fine. I'm just
All
saying
right,
from
we're
what I'm
agreeing on
seeing,
Walker.
what I'm seeing with Tet McMillan. Man, I keep seeing him fall. Like I see a lot
All
of. I'm seeing a lot of speculation that Matthew Golden going before him.
All right, Shadur Sanders to the Saints. That's my pick.
Derek
Derek Carr may not.
I don't know.
I don't hate
Derek
that.
Carr may not play next season. I think this is really early for where if I was a GM, would take Sanders.
I
But
honestly,
think
I'd be higher. I'd be more on Jalen Milroe for the Saints.
I have no
so-
way they go Milroe.
So
this early.
here's my thing with the Saints. Okay,
okay, hit us.
they could absolutely go Shador, but with how the quarterback room keeps falling, why not just wait till the second round and take your quarterback? Like, why not? Like, you could probably you could probably get Milroe in the second round. He'll be there. Will Howard will be there. Riley Leonard will be there. Why reach for a
Yeah.
9th pick to take Shador? Like, why? I'm not high on Shador. I'm not anywhere near that high. I think Shador might still be there. In the second round.
I did see a conspiracy theory where they were gonna skip on Shador this year. Let the OU kid, what's his name, that you drafted last year. He replaced Caleb Williams at OU. I cannot remember his name.
Who? What? At
The Saints drafted
Saints?
him last year. Yeah,
the quarterback?
yeah. What was his name? God.
I remember I liked him.
Spoon, are you
though.
looking it up?
What are we talking about? The Saints.
The Saints.
Is it Spencer Rattler?
Yes,
Yes.
Spencer Rattler. Thank you.
I mean,
Spencer Rattler,
honestly, I like that. I mean,
So,
the kid has a
I
big
saw a
arm,
cons-
huge
I
arm.
saw a conspiracy where Carr gets out, they start Rattler all season, go 3 and whatever, and then draft Arch Manning first overall next year.
I'm seeing that conspiracy too. Actually, I did hear about that. Them trying to, but the thing is that you don't even know if Arch is going to be going in the draft next year because he's
You don't.
only going to be a junior this year. He could come back
You
and
don't.
play his senior year the following
Yeah.
year. Then that means they just wasted this all for nothing.
So what do we think? What do we think?
I don't.
I said
I
Shador.
truly.
I think they go Shador.
after thinking about it more. I truly do not think they go quarterback. I think they
Okay.
skip. I think they take a top guy. And if they are going to stick with Spencer Rattler, I'll go to where Dalton's at and send him a wide receiver. Send him somebody he can throw the ball to, and you can
Dalton,
send him
you think?
either Tet or you can send him either Matthew Golden. But
I
either
think
way,
they would
both-
take Tet here. I think they would take Tet here.
I agree with that.
All right, we'll send Tet. I
We'll
really
send
think
Tet.
they go Shadur, but we'll send Tet.
I just. I mean,
The
I don't
Chicago
think so.
Bears are on the clock. I think that Ben Johnson goes and gets his Sam Laporta and takes Tyler Warren.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or I have Kelvin Banks going here.
Could be. I could see that too. I'm not going to argue against that. Kelvin Banks Jr.
Yeah.
But I really think they take Tyler Warren.
It's just,
Don't-
man, that offensive line was so bad last year, dude. I feel like they need to.
Yeah.
They need to
But
draft.
but
somebody.
they
traded
hold on,
for a
hold on,
couple
hold
of
on. You
guys.
guys are forgetting.
did.
They revamped their
That's what
entire
I'm
O
saying.
line. Their
They traded
tackles
for a
were
couple of
good last
guys.
year, and then all 3 new starters at O line in the trenches. in the middle at both guards and center. So their guard and centers are taken care of. Kelvin would come in to be a guard. So he's like 3 years, 4 years out from starting in Chicago, unless a major injury happens. So
I wouldn't be against Mike Green going here.
Mike Green.
I just, man, I don't.
I mean, why are you so low on him?
I don't think it's not that I'm low on him. No, listen. I'm not low on him like going around here. That's not my thing. I don't think he goes in the top 8. Okay. I'm not low. I just don't think the Bears take an edge rusher here. That's my thing. I think that, like, in my opinion, I think that they probably go, like I said, offensive line. You said that they think Tyler Warren. And if they do, they might go with an offensive weapon. They might go Tyler Warren. They might do. I mean, is Amarian Hampton off the table here?
Yes.
Okay. That I just wanted to bring that one up. For you. Okay.
So Hampton for me is I have comped him to Joe Mixon several times.
You have. I've seen that.
Yeah. I don't. I think he's Joe Mixon. I'm not paying a top 10 pick for Joe Mixon.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. I'll pay a top 10 pick for a guy like Ashton Jeanty, who I see like a LaDainian Tomlinson type player. I'll pay a top 10 pick for him. I'll pay a top 10 pick for a Travis Kelce, a Gronk, a that level tight end, which I think Warren is. So that's why I pick him here.
Okay. I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, if we go Tyler Warren here, the next pick is probably going to be Kelvin Banks Jr. for me.
All right. I'm good with Tyler Warren.
Niners.
Dalt, you good with it?
Yes.
All right.
Give him another weapon. And then here, I definitely think I mean, I'm just going to point it out. Y'all can talk about it. I don't want to just make the pick for us, but I think Kelvin Banks Jr. goes to the Niners.
No, I like that pick. It gives you guard tackle flexibility, which you need both of. I like Kelvin Banks Jr. here. Okay. I love the pick. Now the Cowboys. I know, Dalt, you wanted to explore some trades for the boys.
I really think that they trade back.
There's a few teams interested.
Denver and Pittsburgh. The Jets traded back. This is dumb. They're not going to trade back up. Yeah.
Trade back and
Denver or Pittsburgh trading up. Let's look at Denver. I've heard lots of rumors of Denver looking to trade up.
Who do they?
So
I think they might want a weapon.
Here's my thing with
the Knicks.
They might. That's why I thought they were going to trade up and try to get Tyler Warren. But maybe they get scared here because Colson Loveland should probably go to the Colts, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Colson Loveland, the next tight end that is available, who's also pretty good.
I don't know. If Mike Green if we haven't sent Mike Green anywhere, I think Mike Green should go to the Colts.
Well, no, what I'm saying though is that let's say the Broncos trade up with the Cowboys and they take the tight end.
So we're gonna say Denver. So let's work out a trade from Denver. Dallas is dropping back 8 spots, so they want a 3rd this year and a 5th next year.
5th.
Yeah, 5th next year.
A 5th.
Yeah.
A 4th, maybe a 3rd.
You think more?
Yeah.
I don't think they give up more. I don't think they give up more.
No.
We're not jumping into the top 10 anymore. I think they would offer a 7th and then it would work out to a 5th. Like they would offer a 7th,
which
you guys
honestly,
would tell them 3rd or 4th, and they would
I don't
settle
hate
on
this because we're probably we could get somebody good with that 3rd pick that 3rd round pick this year.
That 3rd round pick. You want to offer it?
That'll give us 4 picks in the top 3 rounds.
Spoon, you good with offering?
Dalton, what do you think?
I mean, you guys would know more than me, but trading 8. I mean, you're trading 8 spots back, man. I understand we're not in the top 10 anymore, but you're hang on. You're trading. It's still a pretty big drop, and the Cowboys need value. They want stuff. They want more picks.
Yeah. I agree. But they don't need a bunch of late round picks. They have that already. Yeah, they want this 85. They want this 3rd round pick. And if you're going to get the 85th, you're not going to get another 85 as well. You're not going to get another 60s, another 80s.
Okay.
You're probably not going to get another 100s. You're going to get, the 117, the 120, something like that.
I'm fine with it because I have a whole
So we have two.
idea
Dalt,
in my
you're
head
the
on
third.
who the Cowboys are dropping back to take.
That's fine. Dalt, you're the
I don't
third.
wanna say it
You can
yet.
either.
I'll accept it.
All right. So we're offering the trade. It
Yeah,
was accepted.
I don't want to say who the Cowboys are falling back to take, but I have an idea.
All right. So Denver's on the clock.
I like Colson Loveland here. I don't hate it.
I think it's way too early for a tight end here. I think they would not jump up for a tight end. I think they'd jump up to grab Golden.
Oh man. See, I think the Cowboys fell back to take Golden at 20. That was my thing.
Ooh, I don't think he lasts past the Falcons.
You don't think so? I think the Falcons go with an edge rusher. I see Mike Green
Nah.
going to the Falcons possibly.
I see Mike Green going to the Colts and the Falcons taking Matthew Golden. I don't say the Falcons are going to take a receiver to give Penix as many weapons as possible. You have Drake London, you have Bijan Robinson, you get him a solid wide receiver too, and then boom, he has a chance to have some real success. You got to surround your young quarterback with weapons. I think they're going to go receiver. They could go, Burden or Golden, I guess.
They're good. I think Golden goes first.
All right, but Denver, you will not. So unless Dalt is willing to say Colson Loveland, you will not convince me Denver takes a tight end here. Because Colson Loveland 100% would have been available to them at their pick later on.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Valid.
See, that's my thing right here. This is my theory in my head.
Nolan.
So with the Bears taking Tyler Warren, we obviously know the Colts have been eyeing a tight end. So that's why Denver traded up. Because if I personally think if the Colts don't take Tyler Warren, they're going to go Colson Loveland. That's my thing. And so that's why I think that Denver moved up because they saw that Tyler Warren went already off the board. So they're like, ooh, if we're going to get Colson Loveland before the Colts, we got to trade up. Otherwise, we're not going to get him at 20. So that was my thing.
What if Denver shocks us? And I don't think that this is the smart play, but I could see this. You mentioned this name earlier, Spoon. And
Hampton.
Yeah, what if they shock the world and trade up and go get Hampton?
I mean, they need a running back. They just lost their.
Dalton, you like that?
I'm not gonna lie, I was literally thinking that, but I thought it was crazy, and I thought you guys.
I think it's
No, dude,
crazy.
say
but
whatever
I think
you
it's just
want.
crazy enough. We go with that. All three of us good with it.
Well,
All
who
right,
else
we're
would
sending
go?
it.
Why would they trade up to get him? Who else would
Oh,
go?
I just
Amari
sent it.
Hampton?
I thought
That's
I
fine.
thought you said it. Okay. Thank God. I was like, no, man. I just sent it. All right. So Miami here, guard tackle. Do they take Nolan here? I could see Nolan as early as 13. Yeah. I'm good with Nolan.
No chance. They need offensive line. Whoever the best offensive line guy is at this point.
I mean,
that would be
Josh Simmons.
Well, maybe. Let me look at my big board. I have my big board up. Let's see, tackle wise.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna check mine real quick.
Simmons. Yeah, Simmons would probably be my best bet.
I mean, they need corner help. What if they went Will Johnson or Jahat or Barron here?
I could see Barron. I could definitely see Barron.
Are you higher on Barron than you are Johnson this year?
I can't remember. Let me look at this. Yeah, Stephon Gilmore. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry, let me look at my big board. I have my big board set up, so I need to rely on it. I had Will Johnson over Barron on my big board.
So they probably go Will Johnson then if they.
I would be okay. Well, here's my thing. I think that for Miami, I think that Barron is the better fit. He's the longer, lankier guy, more of a Jalen Ramsey type corner. I think he's the better fit in Miami, even though I think Will Johnson is the better player, if that makes sense. But when you look at Will Johnson, like even right there, Darius Slay, he's 6'2", 200 pounds. He's a little bit better in press man, in my opinion. Barron's going to be a better deep ball corner, better zone corner, 5'11", 200 pounds. But he's a lot lankier. He's more lanky, if that makes sense. A little more experienced, a little older.
What's his analysis? Okay, never mind. You're good.
Oh, here.
I just wanted to see it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
versatile.
Stephen Gilmore is who they think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically, do you want Gilmore or do you want Darius Slay?
And you see the differences in their style of play.
Yeah.
But I think Barron is the better fit in Miami. You guys go with that?
Yeah. And back to what Dalton said with offensive line. There's just not a whole, they'd have to reach so far to get an offensive lineman here.
That's valid.
So here I have two. Like I'm fine with Mike Green, but I also think Colson Loveland should be in the mix. Those are
Mike
the two
Green is
that
my
I think.
pick. I don't think they go Colson Loveland here.
Okay. Well, because I know
I say Mike Green.
because I know the Falcons are eyeing Mike Green too. That's in my opinion. I think they are. I think they're eyeing an edge rusher.
I think they go Luther Burden the third here.
No, not over.
I think
Matthew Golden.
Drake London, big outside guy. Luther Burden is your classic slot receiver. You plug him in to go 1-1. I think it's a match made in heaven.
Man, we traded who did the Jets fall back to get?
Ibuka, remember?
That is right. Okay. Man, so you
and I don't think they go Ibuka here. I think they go Burden.
And Ibuka go over Golden.
I do.
Man,
I could send goal. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry. We could send Matthew Golden to the Falcons. I'm okay with that.
I think they go defense. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I just think that Golden isn't a great fit. Like think of Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson was the better prospect. Jalen Reagor was the better fit in Philadelphia, so they went Reagor over Jefferson, right? Like those are you have to think like the team, right? Like yes, Matthew Golden may be the better prospect, but for what we need and what we want to do, Burden's the better prospect. That's you know what I mean? That's how people fall. That's why people fall. That's how these things happen. I would be okay with Jihad Campbell or Malachi Starks or Walter Nolan. Any of the three here you want to send, I'd be totally good with. Either you got any thoughts?
I think y'all are on this one. Y'all are probably gonna have to make the pick on this one because, like I said, I think they take an edge rusher, but
an edge rusher right here.
Yeah,
who would they go with right here though?
Maybe like I see Shamar Stewart's rising up the board.
A lot of them. But he had a good combine. But I don't know, man. He's got like on the tape. Yeah, he's just not.
I'm not saying he goes here. I'm just saying that's an option. Donovan's an option.
I would send Pierce here. If I was going to send a edge defender here, it'd be Pierce.
Okay. I think that's kind of a reach, so I don't think they go edge.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a reach for James Pierce.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Let me reference my big board just to make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, Donovan's my I could see Donovan. I would be okay with Donovan here. I wouldn't be terrified or too torn up over it. I could also see Mykel Williams going here. It looks like a reach on Pro Football Focus's end, but I think
it's just like my big thing with them is they should have went edge rusher last year and they didn't. They went quarterback.
Is he listed as linebacker in this?
Did we send
Mykel Williams? Did we send him?
No? I don't think so. Yeah, he's.
Oh my god, they have him at 38. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
That is horrid. I would be okay with him here, but he is in the edge.
I do think that's probably a little bit of a reach too, but.
Really? Okay. All right.
I'm between Donovan and Shamar Stewart probably.
I'll agree on Donovan if you want to send Donovan Spoon.
That's up to no. That's up to, I don't want to make. I don't want to make Donovan. Okay.
We'll send Donovan. I like the pick. I don't hate the pick. I personally think they go receiver, but I don't hate the pick. I'll put it that way. Okay. Arizona's on the clock. I think they go Walter Nolan.
They go in Walter Nolan. Yeah, they need a lineman.
Cool.
I'm fine with that.
The Bengals are pissed that Walter Nolan just went.
And they are pissed because that's who they were eyeing.
Malachi Starks.
Do they need a safety?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
They do need a safety, and there's a lot of talk about Nick Emanwari. I don't think that he's going to be a first-round pick. Everybody's talking about how big he is, the size. He's a linebacker. He's a linebacker that plays safety. He's a complete liability in coverage, and as a safety, you can't be a complete liability in coverage.
So I'm eyeing a guy that is falling here too.
Who are you thinking?
Will Johnson. Do they need a corner?
Yeah, do they need any defensive position?
I mean, that's what I'm assuming. They need anybody.
I'm okay
to
with
help
Will
them
Johnson.
Out.
If you want to send Will Johnson.
I don't hate the Will Johnson pick at all here.
Any secondary, I'll sign off.
I don't hate Starks, but I do think Will Johnson is falling here, and they're seeing that, and they're eyeing him down. at this
Dalt,
point.
Will Johnson, or Malachi Starks. We'll let you make the final pick.
I'm gonna go Malachi Starks just because
All right.
he's graded higher, and I like Georgia.
All right,
All right.
fair enough. All right. Are you guys good with
Jets-
Ibuka here?
Yeah, the
think
Jets
I'm
fell back
good.
to take Ibuka.
Cool, love it. I think they get their guy. They are stoked. They're idiots.
I think
but they're
Jihad
stoked.
Campbell. I think Jihad Campbell goes to the
So-
Bucks.
Oh, damn. I was going to say Will Johnson. I don't hate Jihad Campbell.
I have Jihad Campbell at 16th overall on my big board, and I have Will Johnson at 14th. So I do have Will Johnson graded just a teensy bit higher. But I'm not mad about either pick. I will acquiesce to if anybody has a strong opinion.
I think the Bucks had a lot of. I mean, even from the. What am I trying to say? We watched AJ Brown's film, correct?
AJ Brown?
Or not AJ Brown. Sorry, AJ. Why can't I think right now?
AJ, I don't know what AJ we watched. I'm so
blanking.
confused. Is it a running back? Is it a quarterback?
No, we did watch AJ Brown, right? We watched the receiver. Okay, what I'm saying is, my whole point that I'm getting to, we watched the film, we saw the Bucs secondary, it was terrible. After watching AJ Brown's film, from
Will
what I
Johnson?
recall, that's why I'm leaning towards Will Johnson here.
Dalt, you good with it? I'm good with it.
Yeah.
All right, Will Johnson. All right, Spoon.
I mean, he's
Your
there.
boy's here. You want to send it?
I don't hate it. I want
I'll
to hear
send
it.
it.
I mean, do y'all have anything else y'all got to say?
I don't mind
Argue against Matthew Golden?
Nope, I don't. I'm not arguing against it.
Love it.
All right.
All right.
The Steelers are on the clock.
Oh, okay. So this
Jackson Dart.
He wants Jackson Dart. I mean,
Shedeur over
Shedeur is
Shedeur,
there.
who's still on the board. I mean, I could see Shedeur Sanders going here.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
So Shedeur, Spoon.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Here is where I think Colson Loveland goes.
You think Colson Loveland? Okay. Oh yeah, reunited.
Reunite, right? Right.
I don't hate it.
Dalt, you go with Colson Loveland?
Yes.
All right. Green Bay is on the clock. I would be okay with Pierce.
Yeah.
I would be okay with Campbell. They just drafted a really good young linebacker last year in Green Bay. They could pair him with another really good young linebacker. They don't need receiver. Well, they do need receiver. They don't need tackle, and they don't need interior defensive line. They need edge rusher, receivers a need, and linebacker can be upgraded. But the Packers also haven't taken a first-round receiver in like 40 years, so I don't know if they go here for Burden of all people. What do you think, Spoon? Dalt? What are you guys' thoughts?
Can you show me what corners are left right now? Because I know Barrett and Johnson already went. I just want to see.
Amos,
okay, yeah, they're not.
Amos
they're not
is
good.
there. I have next up. I actually have Maxwell Harrison and then Siobhan Revel. I have Morrison below Amos at 6. So Darian Porter scoots down on my big board. So
I don't think they reach here on any of those corners.
I don't either.
I think they take what's available, and yeah, I mean you have
Campbell. You guys go with Campbell? I mean.
Do you think they take a linebacker?
I really do. I think they could really use him. He's 6'3", 244. He can play D-line. He can play box. You know, he can play as like your stand-up middle linebacker, but he can also rush. He even played a little bit of slot corner, a couple snaps, not very many, 1 or 2 a game type situation. But, I mean, he has that versatility, and I think he's just a weapon on defense, and he's fallen a little bit.
Okay. I mean, that's what happens in these drafts. You see people fall and you end up that's what happened last year. The Dallas Turner fell, right?
Yep. Jared Verse fell.
Yep. You'll see a lot of these good defenders fall.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Minnesota's on the clock. There is one trade we are not trading with the Lions. So I guess
I think the Lions are a prime trade candidate.
Yeah, but division rival, I don't think
Division
they
rival,
trade.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally
I
kidding.
mean, we can let's look. So I would say that for sure. And then I would want the 60, but they're not going to trade the 60 for that. They might I would need it to look. Yeah. I don't know. It'd need to look something like this for me to accept this. And I don't know if they would accept it. It's like a 34% chance.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Like,
I don't think y'all trade with a division rival in the first round.
To trade with a division rival, it would have to be really good for us.
Yeah.
Like, they would have to give up a lot. And I think with Kenneth Grant there, a definite huge need for us at defensive interior in the long
That's
term.
who I was going to say y'all probably go. I was going to say
I mean,
y'all
I
just
think
draft
that's a
him.
no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's where I was at. That's who I had y'all taking.
But I really do think
Okay.
we're a prime trade back candidate. But I think we would trade back with,
Like the Ravens or something.
like the
Ravens and
Commanders,
Chiefs.
Bills, Chiefs, or Eagles, like something in there. But I mean, we could do this, but I don't think they have any interest in this. Yeah, they're not interested, but we could force it if we thought this is what's going to happen. I could see this, do that, and that. 3 for 3. We jump up way more. We fall back, or we jump up in the 2 later rounds, and they fall back in the first round. Does that make sense? I could see something like that, but if you guys aren't on board with it, I think they go Kenneth Grant.
I think Kenneth Grant is the pick here.
Dalt, you go with it?
Oh yeah.
All right, Kenneth Grant. Houston, they're taking Josh Simmons.
Yep. That's who I have.
LA, I wouldn't be mad with Gray Zabel here. He would project more as a guard at the next level, but the Senior Bowl did play him at all 5 positions, and he was the only lineman not to lose a one-on-one rep all week at the Senior Bowl. So he can play all 5 positions. I think that they definitely don't need a receiver or an edge defender. So it would either be tackle or cornerback here, which technically Zabel would be a guard, which they don't need, but he could even start at center technically. You guys got any strong opinions? I could see Harrison, Maxwell Harrison, the Kentucky corner. I don't like Amos as high.
Amos? Okay.
No, I don't like Amos as high. I have 2 other cornerbacks ranked above him. I don't see Amos. He's like my 43rd overall player.
Okay.
I mean, look at his ADP reflects that, right? Like, they have him at 28, but his ADP reflects like a 35 to 40 overall player.
Yeah.
Dalt, any strong opinions? Spoon, any strong opinions?
No.
Do they need Gray Zabel?
They need line help. They need tackle help, and he can play tackle. Does anybody have a strong opinion? They can also go corner. I wouldn't be mad about Maxwell Harrison here.
I don't think Gray Zabel is much of a reach.
I think everybody has him going to Seattle at 18, so I think Zabel's the pick.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, that's fine.
Zabel
Who did we have going to Seattle? Because they traded up.
They traded up. They came up for, who was it? The Jets pick. Oh, yeah, Armand Membo.
Yeah,
They went up and got the tackle.
They went up and got the best.
They went
tackle.
up and got the tackle.
Or one of
They
the
went
best
up and got
tackles.
Yeah. Maybe the best tackle. Who knows?
No, who knows?
Baltimore. Man, they could have used Zabel too.
Yeah.
I don't hate Josh Cornerly. I don't love it
No,
either.
I mean, I've been seeing Cornerly like in a lot of mocks go as high as like the 25th pick to Houston. So I mean, I
would
don't
also
hate
not
it.
be mad about an edge defender here. Any one of these 4 edge.
Yeah.
I like Mykel Williams here. I really like Mykel Williams. You don't like it?
I'm just thinking. I mean,
He's my 4th ranked edge rusher. So I have him.
you have
over
him
these
ranked
3
over
guys.
Jay. Okay, I was just that's what I
Yeah.
was going to ask.
I have him ranked over these 3 guys, and you can see his ADP is 26.3, ADP is 26.7. So
They're all
other
going around
people
the same.
think,
Yeah.
other people think similarly.
I like
Shamar
that.
Stewart. You guys go with Mykel Williams?
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Because he could be a mid first round pick. Who knows?
Luther
Detroit-
Burden.
Man, you say that, but Amon-Ra St. Brown plays the exact same position, like the slot kind of role. So I don't think they can. He is such a where's that slot snaps? Yeah, he is such. I mean, 261 of his 306 snaps were at slot, and that is. I mean, people were making fun of Amon-Ra because he's a slot merchant, but that's what he works really well at the slot. So. It's rough for me.
I almost want to say just send Shamar Stewart here
over Nick Scorton or James Pierce. You think it's Shamar Stewart?
I think there's a lot of people that are higher than you are on Shamar Stewart.
I'm good with it if you guys want to send it. Dalt?
Send it.
Cool. The Commanders. Now here's a team that I could see going Burden. They have Scary Terry on the outside. They have Debo to be the gadget guy, and then you have a slot just absolute weapon. But they also go cornerback, edge, guard, all needs. They could go Cornerly, they could go Scorton, they could go any of these corners, Harrison, Revel, Amos if you really wanted to. I don't like Amos.
I thought that they definitely needed defense more than they need offense.
Yeah, I don't think they need a whole lot of offense. Their offense.
So are we thinking Pierce,
Amos?
I'm good with Pierce. Edge runner.
That means we have 3 edge rushers going all back to back.
But that happens. Yeah. Runs happen all the time. You had C.D. Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and Jalen Reagor all go right together. It happens all the time. I'm good with an edge here if you guys are.
Pierce.
Go ahead. You can send
Pierce?
it. Yeah, that's fine.
Buffalo.
Nick Scorton. 4 edge rushers.
I think they go with a corner here.
They go corner. I'm not high on Amos.
It's either going to be Amos or Harrison.
I'll take Harrison then. Dalt, you go with Harrison?
I mean, if that's what you guys think.
Maxwell Harrison? Cool.
I wouldn't know.
Kansas City.
I think Josh Cornelly probably goes here.
Yeah.
You know,
I like Josh Cornelly.
Broderick Jones, 6'4", 315. You know, he's a really I'll co-sign this. You guys good with Cornelly?
I'm fine with it.
All right, and then Philadelphia, the final pick of the first round.
This is all. All over.
No trades. No trades. Is there a world in which we think any of these teams trade up to get a guy to get a guy's 5th-year option? To get a guy they really like? Is there anybody falling that we think, like that guy, we got to get that guy on a 5-year deal instead of a 4-year deal?
Is there a world where one of the teams that needed a quarterback trade up and try to take it right here so they can solidify?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see.
So who needs a quarterback?
Giants? Giants are the long-term answer at quarterback. The Titans drafted Cam Ward.
So
the Browns could be an option.
Is there a quarterback that's? I mean, the
Raiders could be an option.
The Saints could be an option, right? Well, the Raiders have Geno. The Saints might be looking for something. Do they have picks so they can? They're at 40.
Where? Oh, at 40. Right there. I was hovering over them, so I didn't. This is the only one I wasn't looking at. So 40 and 32, and then I would imagine they got to give up at least 200s or one of these.
They're not even.
Well, they're not interested, but we're playing. We're playing here. I could see something like that. This would be like a comp pick, right? This would be like the first pick of the 4th round normally, but it's a comp pick, and then a later pick. 130 something, so that would be like late 4th, early 5th round pick.
No.
So a late 3rd and a late 4th to jump up 8 spots and get the 5th year.
They're probably content with Spencer Rattler.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't. Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about the Saints?
Yeah. We were, but now we're talking about the Eagles. Now we're back to the Eagles.
I was going to say, I don't think the Eagles get rid of this pick. Harry Roseman is a guru.
I think Tyler
Um,
Booker here would be a great pick. I think he's a first-round talent, and I think that they lost Mekhi Becton, so they need a guard. We know Philly likes the trenches. I think they go
Yeah.
Tyler Booker here. And I mean, you see his ADP here?
It's rising.
It's rising, and it's 30. It's literally right in this area. See how 43, 32. Also, Derek Harmon's a big possibility. I like the three guys I like here: Derek Harmon, Siobhan Revel, and Tyler Booker. Those are my 3 picks.
I'm
I
fine
don't,
with
think
Tyler
they,
Booker.
I don't think they go defensive interior. They just did that. Their
So
defense
Booker?
is fine. So yeah, you can send Booker.
Booker it is. All right, so this is our final mock draft for the 2025 season. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing here. If I can set it up just right. Perfect. There we go. We got Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Carter, Campbell, Graham, Jeanty, Membu, Walker, McMillan, Warren, Banks, Hampton, Barron, Green. I don't know how to say Donovan's last name. I'm going to butcher it. I'm not going to do that to the poor guy. I'm going to learn how to say it. I'm sorry, man. Nolan, Starks, Ibuka, Johnson, Golden, Sanders, Loveland, Campbell, Grant, Simmons, Zabel, Williams, Stewart, Pierce, Harrison, Cornerly, and Booker.
Connerly.
Yeah, Cornerly. That's what I said.
You said Cornerly.
Or Cornerly. Sorry if I
There you go.
butchered that. I butcher names all the time. It's kind of what I do. But anyways, that's the final. That's what we think is going to happen. We're going to find out what happens
will
tonight.
happen
That is exactly what's going to
I know.
happen.
Make sure to roast us in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all next time.